Imagine standing on a battlefield, saturated with the blood of millions. The air is thick with the screams of the dying and the silence of the dead. It is the end of the greatest war in human history, the Mahabharata. Amidst this total devastation stands one figure, untouched by the grime, a mysterious smile playing on his lips. He is the architect of this destruction, yet he is also the ultimate vessel of compassion. He is the charioteer who holds the reins of the universe, yet he once cried because his mother tied him to a mortar for stealing butter. To define him is like trying to measure the ocean with a teaspoon. He is the most beloved, the most complex, and perhaps the most misunderstood figure in spiritual history. If you think you know Sri Krishna, prepare to have your perception shattered. Today, we are not just telling the story of a god. We are diving into the magnificent paradox of the absolute truth walking in human form. This is the untold essence of who Sri Krishna really is. To begin to understand Krishna, we must first discard the simplified image of just a playful cowherd or a divine diplomat. In the ancient texts, Krishna is referred to as the Purna avatar, the complete manifestation of the supreme consciousness. Unlike other avatars who came with a specific, often singular mission, like Narasimha for protection or Rama for ideal kingship, Krishna's descent was total. He encompasses every shade of existence. He is the ultimate renunciate, yet he is a king surrounded by opulence. He is the greatest warrior, yet he vowed not to pick up a weapon in the greatest war. He is a celibate in spirit, yet surrounded by 16,000 wives. These aren't contradictions. They are the multifaceted nature of reality itself, held within one being. Let's step away from the popular stories of his childhood and look at a rare perspective on his role in the Kurukshetra war. We all know he delivered the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, but the real depth of his cosmic strategy is often missed. There is a fascinating, lesser-known account involving a warrior named Barbarika. Barbarika was the grandson of Bhima, a warrior so powerful that he possessed 3 infallible arrows from Lord Shiva. He could end the entire Mahabharata war in 1 minute. Before the war began, Krishna approached him in disguise and asked him which side he would fight for. Barbarika, being noble, said he would always fight for the weaker side to balance the scales. Krishna instantly realized the danger. If Barbarika fought for the Pandavas, they would become stronger, then he would switch to the Kauravas, and back and forth until everyone was dead except Barbarika. To stop this total annihilation, Krishna asked for Barbarika's head as charity. Barbarika, realizing it was the Divine Lord, gladly cut off his own head. But he asked for one last wish, to witness the great war. Krishna granted this, placing his living head on a hill overlooking the battlefield. At the end of the 18 days of carnage, the victorious Pandavas were arguing about who was responsible for the victory, Arjuna's archery or Bhima's strength. They decided to ask Barbarika, the only neutral observer. Barbarika's head laughed and said, "I saw no Arjuna fighting, I saw no Bhima killing. All I saw was 2 things, the Sudarshana Chakra spinning on the battlefield, destroying evil, and Draupadi in her form as goddess Kali drinking the blood of the sinners. Krishna alone was the doer. You were all just instruments." This story reveals the terrifying reality of Krishna as Kala, or time. He had already orchestrated the outcome before the first arrow was fired. The war was merely a physical enactment of a divine blueprint. He was the chessboard, the pieces, and the players simultaneously. Yet the same being who operates as ruthlessly as time itself displays a vulnerability that is almost shocking. One of the rarest and most profound aspects of Krishna's life is his relationship with curses. In most mythologies, God is above consequences. Yet Krishna, the upholder of dharma, submitted himself to the laws of karma to set an example. After the war, Gandhari, the mother of the 100 slain Kauravas, was mad with grief. She confronted Krishna on the battlefield. She knew Krishna could have stopped the war with a snap of his fingers, but chose not to. In her fury, she cursed him. "Just as my entire lineage has been wiped out, while you watch 36 years from today, your entire clan, the Yadavas, will perish by killing each other in a drunken stupor, and you, Krishna, will die an inglorious solitary death, like a common beast in the wilderness." The universe trembled at this curse, but what did Krishna do? He didn't neutralize it. He didn't get angry. He smiled, bowed his head to the grieving mother and said, "Tathastu," so be it. He accepted the curse because he knew his clan, having grown arrogant with power, needed to be removed from the earth to maintain balance. He used Gandhari's curse as the mechanism for his own departure. This is a staggering concept. God accepting a mortal's curse to fulfill a higher cosmic purpose. It shows that true power isn't about avoiding consequences, it's about integrating them into the grand design. This duality follows him from the battlefield to the mystical realm of Vrindavan. The stories of his romance with the gopis are frequently misinterpreted as mere worldly dalliances, but ancient texts describe these interactions as high metaphysics. The Rasa Leela, the divine dance, is considered the highest point of devotion. There is a rare detail often missed in the retelling. When Krishna danced with the gopis under the autumn moon, he multiplied himself. Every single gopi felt that Krishna was dancing only with her, holding only her hand, looking only into her eyes. It wasn't a harem, it was a mystical experience where the infinite individualized itself for every single soul. It represents the ultimate spiritual truth that God is personal to everyone. He is not a distant entity. He is an intimate reality available fully to every seeker simultaneously. The gopis weren't just women attracted to a man. They represented the jivatma, the individual soul, desperately craving union with the paramatma, the supreme soul. To sexualize the Rasa Leela is to miss the point entirely. It is the dance of cosmic oneness. Furthermore, we must confront the terrifying aspect of Krishna. The modern age prefers a sanitized, sweet version of the divine. But Krishna is not safe. In the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna asks to see his true form, Krishna doesn't show him a pleasant, glowing light. He reveals the Vishwarup, a form with billions of mouths devouring worlds, eyes like burning suns, a sight so overwhelming that the mighty warrior Arjuna began to tremble in abject terror, and begged him to return to his human form. Krishna showed that the divine is not just creation and sustenance, it is also dissolution. He is the fire that burns the forest to allow new life to grow. Recognizing Krishna is recognizing the holiness of destruction when it serves the purpose of truth. Perhaps the most defining element of Krishna's existence is how he departed. If a being can lift mountains on his little finger and swallow forest fires, how should he die? In a blaze of glory, ascending to heaven on a golden chariot? No. Krishna's death is the final, brilliant teaching of his life. True to Gandhari's curse, his clan destroyed themselves in a fratricidal war. Krishna, left alone, sat meditating under a tree in a dense forest. He sat with one foot placed over his thigh. A hunter named Jara, mistaking the reddish sole of Krishna's foot for the ear of a deer, shot a poisoned arrow from a distance. The arrow struck the Supreme Lord. As the hunter approached and realized his horrendous mistake, he collapsed in fear. Krishna comforted the man who killed him. He revealed that in a previous incarnation as Lord Rama, he had killed the monkey king Bali from a hidden position. Now, the laws of karma had balanced perfectly. Bali was reborn as Jara the hunter, and Rama, now Krishna, accepted the return of that action. He bled, he felt pain, and he left his mortal coil quietly in the wilderness. Why? To demonstrate that if the divine takes a physical body, it respects the laws of that physical reality absolutely. He didn't use his divinity to escape mortality. His death was his final act of solidarity with every human who must face their own end. It was the ultimate stripping away of ego. So, who is Sri Krishna? He is the magnificent impossibility. He is the thief who steals butter and the Lord who steals hearts. He is the diplomat who tried for peace until the last second and the general who commanded a holocaust when peace failed. He is the lover who danced in moonlight and the yogi who detached from everything. He is the infinite squeezed into the finite, who came not just to teach us how to live, but to show us how to embrace the totality of existence, the light and the dark, the joy and the suffering. He is a mirror. When you look at him, you don't just see a god. You see the deepest reflection of your own soul, waiting to be awakened. After hearing about his ruthless strategies, his acceptance of curses, his terrifying universal form, and his humble, solitary death, the conventional image of Krishna might feel inadequate. He is far too vast to be contained in a single definition. But perhaps that is the point. He is not meant to be defined, he is meant to be experienced. Having explored these rare and profound facets of his existence, one question remains, not about him, but about you. In the battlefield of your own life, amidst your own personal Kurukshetra of conflicting duties and emotions, which version of Krishna are you calling out to? The comforting friend who magically solves your problems, or the ruthless charioteer who demands you pick up your bow and face your hardest truths?